In this book, those ramifications, that door has opened, and I am all about it. What's up, party people? Welcome back to the channel where we are going to be trying out a new segment called the First 100. This is basically going to be where I read the first 100 pages of a novel so that you don't have to, unless I think you should. Today I will be talking to you about the second book in the Burning series written by Evan Winter, The Fires of Vengeance. But before I get into my first impressions of The Fires of Vengeance, I'm just going to give a quick refresher of The Rage of Dragons, the first book, for those who need that recap. So if you don't need that recap, go right into the description and you'll see a timestamp that'll put you right into my conversation about the first 100 pages of The Fires of Vengeance. So recap of The Rage of Dragons, we have Tau Solarin. He is this young boy born into a caste system where he is basically the bottom of the barrel. After some unfortunate circumstances happen to Tau, the loss of a loved one, he goes on a path of juicy vengeance against those that he blames for that loss. And even though he blames, particular people, you can see that he blames this system overall for the general pain that is caused to people in his rung of society. Tau doesn't believe that this hierarchy is an accurate summation of what an individual's value is. So Tau proceeds to go from this sort of timid young man who would prefer to be with the woman he loves, Zuri, and become a farmer, to becoming the Queen's champion, one of the mightiest warriors of his people, dual-wielding black blades made from the scales of a dragon, wearing red and black armor. He becomes so dope. But this is all because he chooses the path of vengeance. And the cost of that, although it may seem awesome that he becomes this great warrior, is that he loses not only his mentor, who trains him to become, this talented young man, he also loses Zuri, the woman he loves. We basically end the book with one of the last people that Tau wants dead getting away and taking a large portion of the Omehi people with them. And this causes a rift between the Queen's people and those who left her, which could potentially risk civil war, on top of the fact that there are these savages, as they call them, who are also hell-bent on wiping out their people. So that is pretty much where we left book 1, and it's exactly where we're picking up in book 2. So, Fires of Vengeance, first 100. What did I think? I only have good things to say. Evan Winter puts a lot of work into this first chunk of the book. We get a decent recap of the previous events of The Rage of Dragons and set up a number of new interesting things. We didn't get a whole lot of world building, but from where I'm at currently, it looks like that is going to change very soon. Something that I thought was great in the first book was pacing. There wasn't a whole lot of moments of pause. There were a couple, and I think they were put in appropriately, but the story was moving and moving. Tau's character was extremely driven and is still extremely driven, especially in that first book when he was younger, less wise, and in Fires of Vengeance, that pace has stayed the same. I would argue that it's even faster, but still, I like it. I think that it works very well with where we're at currently in the state of this sort of world. The stakes are very high. There are a number of obstacles in the way of our characters. These are imminent threats headed their way, and they need to do something, and they need to do something fast. We get lots of time with Tau's sword brothers. These are some of the best characters in the book for me. Hadith, Uduak, I love these guys. I think that Uduak had such a great intro in book 1, having him face off against Tau. And Hadith, I just like his character in general. Whenever he's on the page, whenever he's speaking with anyone, I like how calm he is. I like how intelligent he is. He's always thinking ahead, trying to do the right thing. And most importantly, there was a choice that Tau made in book 1 that I was looking forward to seeing the ramifications of. I expected to see those ramifications in book 1, but we didn't even get mention of it, so I was a little curious what was going to happen. In this book, those ramifications, that door has opened, and I am all about it. I cannot wait to see what comes of this. I'm curious if this will continue on from book 2 all the way to book 4 as Evan Winter has planned. But either way, I'm hooked, and I'm just ready to see what the rest of this book holds. So overall, my first impressions of this book, the first 100 pages of The Fires of Vengeance, is a big thumbs up. If you are someone who enjoyed The Rage of Dragons and you are curious about the sequel, have no fear. It has a extremely powerful start that I think is only going to get better as the book goes on. And if you're somebody who has not read either of these books, I would highly recommend checking out The Rage of Dragons. And if you're curious if book 2 is any good, trust me, it started out with a bang. So I look forward to seeing what comes of this. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. You know that helps me out a lot. And I'll see you next time. Peace.